I've waited well over a year to say this. Welcome to Michigan, everyone. Our first of many adventures in Michigan starts with the Mall of Monroe. Although a Cafaro-style drab mall, the sad state it's in makes it one of the more interesting Cafaros out there. Join me for a walk in this poster child for liminal spaces. Originally known as Frenchtown Square Mall and under the guidance of Cafaro, the Mall of Monroe opened its doors for the first time in 1988, close to the end of the mall boom. Its name originated from being within the Frenchtown Charter Township, and likely saw its name change as the nearby town of Monroe was much better established. Original anchors for the mall included the first Phar-Mor pharmacy in Michigan, along with JCPenney, Sears, Hills, and Elder-Beerman. The mall even hosted a Regal Cinemas, making for quite an impressive anchor lineup. Already, the mall would be facing issues, as Hills closed its doors in 1993. This was addressed, however, as Target came in to fill the void. Phar-Mor also fled the mall, but this was also addressed with subletting the anchor. Elder-Beerman would operate a secondary anchor, which would be their home store, while OfficeMax would take up the rest of the space, not opening out into the mall proper. The mall cleared these obstacles and even managed to establish an Old Navy as a junior anchor. The 2000s, however, saw many more obstacles plague the mall. OfficeMax closed its doors by the turn of the century, and JCPenney closed in 2004. It would take 2 years before Steve & Barry's came in to take JCPenney's place. Regal Cinemas then closed in 2007, but they would quickly get replaced by Phoenix Theaters, which, as of the making of this video, is still open today. However, the closures did not stop as Steve & Barry's closed in 2008, followed by the rest of the chain, as well as Old Navy. In 2009, Cafaro announced they would be putting $2 million into the mall for renovations, as well as a number of plans to revitalize the mall. This would bring forward Wear District, a discount retailer, to replace Old Navy. This also renamed the mall into the Mall of Monroe as it stands today. Meanwhile, nameplates would be shifted around under Bonton's subsidiaries, of which included Elder-Beerman. Elder-Beerman being converted into Carson's stores. Cafaro even brought in an expo center in 2013, which filled in the old JCPenney and Steve & Barry's. Their weakest link in all of this would be the renovations. In my humble opinion, well, I'll withhold my thoughts for now on that. This didn't stop Sears from shutting its doors in 2011, however, but Planet Fitness would step in to fill the vacant OfficeMax store in 2014. The Expo Center also closed in 2014, making this the fastest anchor to come and go in this mall yet. This vacancy would be replaced by a Pat Catan's craft store. 2015 would then see Target depart the mall, and a Family and Friends Funland Center would fill in the Old Navy that same year. I guess Wear District didn't last long either. While the food court was emptying out, Phoenix Theaters would cannibalize the food court to add 4 extra screens. At least someone is doing well here. "2018 would see the biggest blow to this mall yet. Carson's, whom started out as an Elder-Beerman, would be forced to liquidate all assets as their parent company, Bon-Ton, entered full bankruptcy. This would leave 2 glaring vacancies in the anchors, among other problems in the mall that you might be seeing inside. In 2019, the hits kept coming as Pat Catan's closed its doors, but people were still coming in today, with Monroe City Church opening a branch in the old Carson's home store. River Raisin CrossFit also came in that same year. And in 2020, Leviathan Marketing stepped into the mall as well. And speaking of, this mall made it through to the other side, despite so many problems over the years. Enter 2021, and the mall continues to limp along with a handful of tenants in the movie theater. The former Target space would be acquired by Richmond, Maine LLC, whom plans to use the building as an auto parts center. You may have noticed I mentioned no other owners for this mall. Well, that's because Cafaro is still hanging on to this mall, at least as of the making of this video. Although another party is called in for management, it leaves me wondering, does Cafaro have any more plans to keep this mall going? We can only wait and see at this time. Yeah, I was never all that great at these skill games. The girl next to me kept winning a whole bunch of money from these coin pushers, though. We only have a little bit more time before we have to go, but I do want to ask you, what do you believe killed the Mall of Monroe? After looking into a couple of things, I believe 2 factors may have contributed to the death of this place. Number 1, proximity to Detroit. The greater metropolitan area of Detroit is just 30 minutes up the road with far greater shopping options and much better established malls, despite its reputation as, well, there's no other way to put it, a shithole. And 2, Monroe proper, like a large number of Michigan cities, has experienced an economic depression and an exodus of residents. Whether crime also played a factor or not is up for debate. But the short of it all is that there is very little money left in Monroe anymore, and what little there still is might end up going to physical shopping near Detroit, or online altogether. As I've mentioned before, this is typical late 2000s drab from Cafaro. I'll save my distaste in this architecture for another time, but this mall is at least much more interesting for its liminal spaces quality. These corridors are supposed to be teeming with life, but these corridors are empty, and a little off-putting at certain angles. But that's enough from me. What did you think about this mall? Love it? Hate it? Share in the comments below, and slap the like on the way down. Until then, thanks for having me, Frenchtown Charter and Monroe, and this is Doomie Grunt wishing you and the Mall of Monroe farewell and good luck.
Mm-hmm.